everyone. How is it going? Hi Alti, hi Deadly Cheese, and hi Hamad. Welcome to my channel at the 7 a.m. my time. Oh my god, this is hard. Oh, Deadly Cheese is from XHU. I'm well. I just it was hard to wake up that early, but OZMA is at the other side of the world, so for him it's evening. Salut Étoile, les cousines, comment ça va? 9 p.m. in Australia? Yeah, exactly. So Uzma is a little busy in the evening. I just chatting with him right now because we got mistaken on the time. One sec. Well, I tell him I can keep you busy until he arrives. Hello, Steph. Ah, bonjour à tes parents et ta sœur. Je dis peut-être pas les noms en live, dans un live ou faire plein de gens qui vont voir. Un coucou du Canada. Les cousins. Where is he? He won't be long. Yeah, the thing is, the game time is always yeah. It's morning for me. Okay, it's my first coffee. Don't bully me so early in the morning. And I'm happy to be here, and I don't know. I'll take a minute maybe to check his base, because people in the chat seems to know who is OZMA, but I can only assume that some people might be in younger state or something, like, you know, that state up to 1,425 now, so some people don't know OZMA yet. And so for those who don't know, this is this dude. So maybe he's kind of known because I never played on the same map as OZMA, okay? So that's one thing, and maybe that's why he accepted also to come to my live, because he seems to have like some little political issues with people in his map. And thank you for the subscribe. I haven't seen the name because it's too small on my screen. Maybe I should make it bigger. Yeah, it will be a bit bigger. Thank you for the subscribe. So OZMA is quite known in the whole state. Okay, baby state. And the thing is, yeah, he doesn't make lots of friends in the season. But he's R5 and he keeps recruiting. He told me that, you know, there's so many people applying, so he has to turn down some people to apply to his alliance, and it actually makes sense. And makes sense why? Because this alliance is kind of unique, as they are known for not caring much for the diplomatic rules players set. So they are not cheating in the game, but they're not exactly respecting the diplomatic rules. Is that right? There is an R4 in the chat. Deadly Cheese. Is that why people join you? They want to ignore the Pacific rules of the players. Is that an incentive for players to join you? One of all LSS YouTubers who? Oh right, he has a YouTube channel. That's right. He told me he liked to stream, to record like the killing event and stuff like that, but this is not really, there is not much action anymore in killing event. Like now there's either, it's unbalanced, either people just decided to be pissed in advance. We play like the game was designed to be played. That's exactly the word. Yeah. I put it in the description. Yeah, I used to watch his video. That was fun, being out of laws. Yeah, and the thing is, people can be really mad at rogues, but like, are they wrong? I know that this is a sensitive topic, but they're just not respecting rules that players decided, but the game is permitting all that. That's a thing. Hi MJ, happy to see you back for the second time in live stream. And hi Mr. F4G3. Thank you for the subscribe. No one tells us what to do. Hi Nicola. Then from what I understand is that when a season starts, like an event starts, you know, I'm in many chats where OZMA is not. So really, I didn't know OZMA at all before we talked about the live stream. Like, I didn't know him. I've just heard about him. So I know he's banned from some chats, and I see people complaining like, oh no, OZMA is on my map, so we will have rogue in our faction and all that. And I have lots of questions about it, you know? So I wonder, is this alliance really like going rogue all the time? Or are maybe they have a reputation and people expect them to go rogue, so they are like casting them out from the start and they can't even be in the plans anymore? I wonder, I'm very curious about it. I have never been on an OZMA map. So I wonder, is there really nothing to do about the diplomacy? And obviously there is also, that is for the rogue part, but in the reputation of OZMA, there is also the trash talk part, and that's something that I can understand that is much harder to forget. I'm XR5 HJE state 133 gone now. I was going to quit because of the deals all the time. It's so boring. Oh, that's how you got you got interested in XHU. It's our reputation. The biggest guys give you their scraps. I can see that for the small alliances. Like even when I talk about a map, you know, for instance, I talk about BXM and OM9 versus I don't even remember who's on the ZZ7 and TKH, okay? So that's my map. And I will always talk about the map like this. BXM and OM9 versus ZZ7 and TKH. Because that's how we can remember it. If I was naming all the guild and alliance, this would be very long to say. But I can understand that I'm talking about 800 players, while there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other players in other guilds that are participating, that are doing stuff, and they are never named. That can be frustrating. They are never named, they are in leader group, but they know that there is also a strategy group where things are more planned and they are just receiving instruction and their input is not heard, not because of any, like, it's not that leaders of the biggest guild don't want to hear it, but it's too much chat, too many opinions when we are 1,000 on a map. Oh, send the camera thing. Okay, I'm here with you, OZMA. I don't know if you watch the stream. Let me get the link. Okay. Okay, OZMA is with me right now and he's trying to get his camera on. I hope it works. I'm not sure because, you know, it depends what if he's on the phone or a computer or something. So we'll see if it works. I'd worked Doomsday with OZMA since the old days. Okay, so you've been with him for a long time. OZMA reached out and invited me to join XHU. Now I'm back into the game more than ever. Oh, I'm really glad that it made you find fun. I actually heard that from some people. So when you have so many like deal seasons, at some point people are like, oh, I'm gonna quit or go to OZMA. And people are shocked because for them Rogue is the worst thing in the game. So they are shocked, like, what? You would go to OZMA? You're just trolling. No, they're not. They are bored, they want fun, they want to fight. And actually not many alliances offer that. And that's also the thing that alliances keep wanting to be bigger and bigger and bigger, you know? So if alliance want to be bigger, they end up not having opponents in it. Like right now the biggest alliance have opponent, but sometimes it happens that they just dominate the map, but when you dominate the map, your opponent want to surrender fast. And if they want to surrender, then you kind of feel like a bully if you don't accept. So that's sad. Okay, let me check message from OZMA. Ah, yes, error message. We can have camera. We can have camera online call. It will just take me maybe 5 minutes to set it up on the stream. I'm not sure it works. I mean, depends on you. Are you okay if so OZMA is trying to get his camera to work, okay? So I send him a link, making it all easy. But his phone doesn't work with it. It's asking permission. Anyway, it's not working because he's on a phone, not on a computer, and he's really trying for a while. So we can have a line call with the camera, but my stream is not set up for that. So it will take me like 5 minutes to try to find out how it works before I even finish my first coffee. If you are okay with that, we can go with that. Otherwise, it will be without camera. We can have a video. No, he says it works. He says it works. So click start, and on top of the window there is a link. You can share to me. Okay, maybe it works. Thank you for your patience with all those technical issues. I hope I don't spoil too much by explaining the rogue stuff and all, but I think not, because, you know, I'm someone who would never consider roguing. So yeah, I'm not in his head, and he will give us some input on this. Is that working? Okay, it's working perfect. It's working perfect. I will add it to the stream and call him. Voice call. Hello. How are you?
I can hear you.
Uh,
No, thank you.
yeah, now it works. I'm just I haven't put your webcam on the stream
Oh,
yet.
okay. Just let me just set up first. Okay, I'm trying to log on my iPad right now. Your stream so I can view the chats and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yes, yes. Give me 1 second. I am adding your webcam to the live stream. I just forgot how I do that. I did that yesterday and I'm already lost.
all right.
Um,
So just let me.
all fine. And
This sucks.
it should work in a second. It works. We see you on live stream. See that?
Did, did that close it?
No, yeah, maybe. You are frozen.
Just give me a second. Just give me
Okay.
a second. I'm trying to figure out what your link is.
Okay.
Because I'm looking on my iPad right now. Let's go back here. Knowledge.
Okay, I can get people busy with a giveaway. So I will start a giveaway now. And you
Yeah,
type.
start the giveaway now.
So
Shelter. Let's put this shit in.
so I'm gonna give 10 crypto,
Alright.
10, 10 crypto and 3 skin boxes. Uh, guys, you can type a hashtag in the chat, any hashtag. Make it funny, this is best. And we will have a winner for 10 crypto.
Alright, I got the stream back up. Let's do this.
Uh, yeah, it works.
Is the camera on? Alright, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
so
What's going on,
everyone,
Pete?
meet OZMA.
Hi, people.
I will hide my game. Because, I
I can't
won't
even
game
log the
right
game,
behind
so
you.
I can't even log the damn game. Alright, I
Uh,
found you live. I'm on my iPad right now, so
oh
I'm,
no,
I'm looking
so,
at this shit.
so you can't play the game while we are talking? You are giving us your
No,
game
I
time?
can't. But I got my iPad here, so I can look at stuff and whatever.
See the troll in the chat.
I love
You,
the trolls. Bring the trolls on.
I see you brought your Air 4 in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, my up was just join. I shared the link, and yeah, they're the homies. They know their shit. So
So yeah, right before you arrived, I was chatting with the chat, and we were talking about why are people joining XHU with the reputation XHU has. And you have a Airfo who said that without joining you, he would have quit game.
oh
Why do you think
yeah.
people join you?
Well, to be fair, the game's a piece of shit right now because no one doesn't want to play the game how it's intended. You know, we are pretty
Mm-hmm.
much a small alliance, and what I usually do is, we spend money in Eden for, seasonal techs. We put all the time in, and all people want to fucking do is, you know, on a farm all season. Like, what sort of gameplay is that bullshit? So, what I usually do is it's just all action. Like, if we're facing a state we know we're going to lose, like per se on the weekend when we verse you guys for the
Mm-hmm.
LC, I said, fuck that. What's the point of fighting, a super alliance? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to entertain that fact. But if it's like a state that has like 7 alliances, they're all like decent and whatnot, we're going to fight, and we will fight any KE. We don't do trade zones because trade zones are for losers, and we hit trade zones because that's where we get titanium. We rogue state. We're in for titanium because how I view every other player apart from my alliance is you're all fucking farms to me. Like to us, you are farms because we spend money on the game and we want to play the game to the fullest. And with titanium being costly, like I haven't spent a cent on titanium since base 30 came out, and I've just been farming my state non-stop. So yeah, or buy a titanium farm really cheap or whatever. But alternately, we all just take turns on bases in the state, and people usually migrate out or whatever. But it is what it is. And yeah, they just enjoy, you know, we troll, we like to talk shit. I encourage them to troll. I encourage all my members to troll because we are a no filter alliance. And with that being said, they can do whatever the fuck they want in the chat, swear, curse, whatever, but we end up getting muted anyway because there's too many snowflakes in this game as well. Like, the devs need to do something about the reporting feature because I'm not going to lie, I've reported people, obviously, but, you know, when people want to talk shit, bring mums in and all that sort of stuff, that's a different topic. My alliance, we don't bring family members in and all that stuff. We'll just talk shit about your alliance, call people bums, all that sort of stuff, because majority of people are bums that talk shit. And
So there is rules in the trash talk.
Pardon?
There are rules in the trash talk.
Yeah, well, rules. There's no rules. Like, whatever. Like, you know, if they want to talk shit about people's mums, go for it. I don't care. If they want to talk shit about, you know, all like dark humor, you know, whatever, don't go for it. But like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my real life. It's just keyboard bashing. And I love making enemies in the game. You trash talk, you make a lot of enemies in the game, and they come after you. And it's a good tactic to use when you want action. Oh,
right.
Fuck XHU. We're falling in the KE with them. We're going to fight them. Or in Eden, especially in Eden, I love talking trash in Eden because everyone gets triggered, more triggered than you would think. And then, you know, before you know it, we got whole factions coming after us, and you know we're making bank on kills. That's the whole main reason why I made XHU is kills. All our kills are legit. We do not hit bombs. We fight. Fighting means hitting anything that's in our path. Fighting means anything coming at us. Fighting means anything that's unshielded. We don't deliberately have like 50 farms, personal farms, and you know, what a lot of people do, and I'll admit this, I've been playing this game for 7+ years, all right? I've been in R5 since. For the first 2 years of the game, I made a vouch. I said to myself when I first came to the game, I said, I want to be the highest kill player, whatever. I'm going to be the most hated player. I'm going to have the most hated alliance because I came from a game called Game of War. And Game of War, I was a stat whore. Like, all I cared about was stats, having the highest stats, kill death ratios, all that sort of jazz. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so when I came to Last Shouter with, you know, a few of my friends from Game of War, and most of them are still playing with me till this day. So I have people in my alliance that have been with me for 10 years from another game.
Still in Alliance now?
Yeah,
that's
like
crazy.
from an older game. Yeah. They're good players, like pure devoted shit to me. I don't know why, but they just love following me. They love the drama that comes with the alliance. Like, it's fucking drama. I shit you not.
Yeah, I see that.
I love the drama though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I love chasing drama. I love, you know, I love pissing people off. It's just the way I play the game, and it's fun because I know you shouldn't be happy off people's negative emotions and whatnot, but fuck, in this game, people get so triggered over the littlest things, and like you could literally sit there and call someone a name, and then they'll start spewing some random shit in the chat. Like, that's how funny it is. Like, and I find that shit hilarious, and most of my people do too because they're triggered.
But when they answer to you and they also trash talk you, do you feel sometimes like bad about it or something, or is it always just a game, just funny, or sometimes they get to you?
To me, I don't let the trash talk get to me unless it's to a personal level. So there was instances when I had people posting my real life shit in game chats, saying shit about my child, saying shit on a completely irrelevant topic from game chat, because all my game chat is just talking shit to people in the game. And when they get personal with me, that's when I get real like, okay, fuck you, I'm gonna I'm going to find info on you, whatever, you know. And I've done that to players before when they've gotten really personal, like they'll find my Facebook account. Now I had to put that on private because I was in last shelter groups and that's how they found it. They're taking pictures of my Facebook, they're using it on farms, all that sort of shit. And I'm like, whatever, that's mediocre shit. But then they got real personal and, you know, it's a game. At the end of the day, this is just a game. People need to understand trash talking happens everywhere. It happens in COD, it happens in, you know, all gaming platforms. It's whatever. But if they're getting serious, I've gotten death threats. I shit you not. I threaten
Okay.
people. I said, I'll come over and stop on your head. I know all this shit, you know. I've been playing games for so long that it's just like, okay, there's so many people with empty threats. It's not going to happen. And I implore people, like, come, like, do your worst. I don't care. Like, you want to come knocking on my doorstep, find my address. I promise you, it's not going to end well. Sort of shit like that, you know. And then you got people just. One thing I don't like is when people start getting like really aggressive towards my alliance. Like I won't tolerate. Say shit to me as much as you want, but don't bring my alliance into it. And then they'll start talking shit about my alliance, and I'm like, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna rogue your state. I'm gonna do something. You know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so what I understand is like you trash talk only in game, but some people are going to find real life stuff of you to intervene in your real life, right?
Yeah, and then that's where my majority of my reputation comes, is when people get really personal, and then that's when I say, I'm going to come fuck your state up, and then I'll buy a farm, and I'll bring your state to their farm. And that's when I would do what I usually do, and that's state killer reputation that I had back in the day as well. I
So
would
how
literally say
one
to people,
kill a
I'm going to
state? If I want to kill a
Pardon?
state, how would I do this? How do you kill a state?
Oh, it's bloody easy. You know, all you got to do, get a farm, buy a farm, whatever, borrow a friend's account that's in the state. It doesn't even need to be a max base. Like, that's how easy it is. Level 25, level 30 base, farm, whatever, you can pick one up for $50, $100, right? And then get a buddy or do it by yourself and share logs with your buddy. And then you migrate the base there, and then you just start hitting everyone. And I mean, the alliance that talk shit, majority you hit them, but you don't hit their stronger bases that you know you're going to lose. Obviously, you farm their free to play players, and then that's when everyone gets pissy. You farm their free to play players, make sure obviously the count is decent and has like at least an updated APC, which can go through majority of free to play players. And then you just
Yes, so those
farm them.
players, they will go to their state leader who are stronger and they will complain to them all day, and that's how
Oh yeah.
you get them. Okay, I
Well,
understand
I know
that.
I'm not going to beat majority of these players like the super whales and all that sort of stuff. So I'll farm their smaller players, make them quit the alliance. I've made so many people quit in this game. It's not funny, and I'm not talking lies on that. I have, and that's true. I
So
don't care. Like,
someone in the chat says, "Who cares about state?" And that's true that some state they will be okay with just there's a rogue, we shield, and that's it. We just stay in Eden, so it
oh
won't
yeah,
work against
well,
all state.
it does because that's all they say. Oh, we'll shield, blah blah blah. No, they slip. Everyone slips. It's just a matter of screen watching. It's a matter of you know, figuring out people's schedules. It's easy. People do slip. They say, "Oh yeah, we shield, blah blah blah." No, not when a rogue account's there for 6 months. You're gonna slip up. You're gonna trade zone. You're gonna go in KE. I'll hit you in K while you're playing K. I'll hit you at the trade zone. I don't care. Like that's how you do it. And that's when they get real pissy. Oh, why are you hitting your own state? Blah blah blah. It's like your alliance brought this onto themselves.
And I see Deadly Cheese in the chat saying, "Oh, they quit, and the state leader is left by themselves." Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I have a
You know,
question.
all right, you can go.
I have a question for you. Like, are you like this in real life? In real life, are you like super polite, so exact opposite? Are you trash talking people in real life, or how is it?
Well, if I don't like you, I'm gonna fucking talk shit. when it comes to friends in Australia, we talk shit. We always talk shit to each other. But like, if I don't like you, it's not talk. It's
Mm-hmm.
more, you know, physical stuff. Like it's just normal stuff. But in real life, I'm polite to people that are polite to me. I'm polite to people in games that are polite to me. As long as they don't talk shit to me, I'm good. Like I
Mm.
usually go into Eden, right? People know me, whatever, oh, XO2, fucking faction killers and all that shit. And I say to them, I say in the faction, I want second place. Depending on what sort of alliance lands with us, I will always go for second place in the faction. Nothing more, nothing less. If it's a weak Eden, I will lead the Eden map, which I have done on numerous times. I don't care about winning the overall faction versus other faction stuff. I play to fight. And what
Mm-hmm.
I'll do is encourage more fighting for my team rather than the other alliances. Tell them, go sit on the sideline, go farm something while we do this. Because when I do what I try to do when I plan, I try to get, our money's worth with the seasonal tech, with all the time we put in. And hopefully by the end of the majority of the seasons, we're completely zero. Like I've got a 7G base I
Mm-hmm.
run, and the last two seasons, that base has been what 1G, 800 mil power after the season because that's how much we fight. I quit
Mm-hmm.
halfway through last season because real life shit hit. But apart from that, just that's how I play. We're ruthless. You could just say we're small alliance, but we're ruthless. And being ruthless has its perks because we're like war dogs. We're just the underdog, and then super alliances will come after us majority of the time. And they got their super bases, whatever. Yeah, I get burned all the time. I don't care. I play to have fun. So burn me as much as you want. I end up in the desert, whatever. People
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, you end up in the desert. You're a sand castle and all this sort of stuff." I'm like, last I recorded, I made 21 G kills last season. Last I recorded, I made over 15 G kills in one season
Mm-hmm.
doing
And
the way we
I
play.
see now you are at 99 G kills, so almost 100 G kills. You are going to get 100 G kills this season.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably get over 120 G kills this season, easy.
How is your map?
And
Who is
that's
on your map now?
a bunch of farms. We got two PC on our side. They've been listening, so they're not gonna get involved with our methods because they respect that. And I said, okay, cool. We're not gonna have civil war. End of story. You go one way, we go the other way. End of story. We got HKB, don't know them. They've got two players that have T3 Bane. I only have a T2 Bane that's max, going on to T3 soon, and I can clap their cheeks. I know I can with my alliance because we like to fight. I will zero that guy before he halfway through the season if he keeps coming at me. Easy.
So now it's
So
funny.
how I see it, these players with like 2G power will only last a week or two continuously fighting me because I'll be on and I'll just smash them, continuously hit them tiles. I love tile fighting. One of my favorite things in this game is tile fights, and that's where I make majority of my kills because people don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
read reports. People throw troops. All the weak players throw their troops at tiles. Like, why do your alliances still do this? We've been playing this game for so long, and I say to my members, I say, look, you hit the tile once. If you know the reinforcements too big, like there's a massive power difference, don't fucking hit it. Walk like tile around, do your thing, and I'll try to break it or get someone big in the lines to try to break it. But you got to play smart. Like per se, think about the KE we had with you guys recently, right? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
knew we were going to lose. Like, it's a no-brainer. You guys are like a super alliance,
Yeah, we
right?
talked about it.
Yeah, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, I'll make a deal with the LC, right? But we can still fight for KE, no trade zones, whatever. But obviously, someone's got ego issues, and I don't know why they would take our LC when we had Oblivion. I didn't even show up for Oblivion, mind you. We would have beat XYZ, by the way, if I showed up, but I let my team down, and I
It was
apologize for
close.
that. It wasn't close, so that's the thing. Like, it was close when I wasn't on, which is weird because XYZ have like an 80% USB versus my guys who aren't even 80%. They're like 170%. The other's like 62%, which is my top two fighters, and the rest of and majority are like 30% and whatnot. But apart from that, if I was on, I would have smashed that big guy that was sitting at the key tower thing, because I burnt him last season in Eden, but you know, I guess I was too
Yeah,
too
so
out of it for.
just for people in the chat who hasn't seen the Oblivion match, I watched the Oblivion match of OZMA's Alliance yesterday in the live stream, and you can find it. So the funny thing is that the keys were so contested that they ended up having only 2 keys in the whole Oblivion match, because there wasn't time to have the next keys, because keys were taking 15 minutes or so by being taken by an alliance, being taken back, taken back, etc. So there was a lot of action in this Oblivion match. And with a stronger base, XHU would have gotten the key. I don't know if they would have won, because there are other points to get on the map, but for the keys, they would have it.
We would have won. We beat XYZ. Right, so what happened last season was we fought the entire XYZ faction alone. So what we did 4 factions, and our faction went one way with all the support guilds, mind you, because I said I don't want support guilds, because majority of support guilds in this game are trash. I'm not going to lie. They get in your way. They screw up shield wars, which is very important, and all that stuff. So I said, go with the main guild. We'll go fight this way. So we went to the opposite side. We fought like 7 guilds at once for the majority of the season. And then once the middle opened, our own faction betrayed us because they wanted the capital. And I said, what the fuck are you doing? You know, we made a deal. We said to our faction, we're not gonna civil war. We'll work with you guys. And then we hit down the capital level 7 to like 300k. And then they started hitting it, and I was like, "What the fuck? I told you guys not to hit it." And then we started burning them, and that's when we went to civil war for majority of the season, because they betrayed us. And then people were putting it out, oh, XHU are crazy. They go back on their deals. No, there's one thing you need to know about me in this game. If I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it, and then I keep by my word 100%.
So you weren't fighting your faction from the start. You were actually collaborating with the faction from the start. So it goes against your reputation of going rogue from the start. No, you had a reason to go like after.
Going rogue from the start.
So that's a wrong reputation. Okay.
These rumors are this bullshit, because every time we start a faction, I suss out. I knew Eden. I suss out the alliances. I give my demands, as in like what I want for my alliance. And like I said, that second guild in the faction. Usually everyone agrees, because we're pretty strong. We can defend ourselves, and we're always main fighters. Like, we're very good fighting. And if they don't want to abide that, and like there's been times where the first faction would try to purposely make the third guild second guild, and that would be halfway through the season, and that's when we'll turn on our faction. Like, screw you guys, you're trying to screw us over.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that, yeah.
So majority of the time when we rogue our faction, it's because something in the leader chat went wrong.
Something happened,
Or someone from the alliance is talking shit to us, you know?
Yeah, it's not coming from nowhere. Okay.
I don't know where this rumor is coming from.
So one thing I'm a little bit surprised of, you know, we talked before the live, and I said maybe some people will be aggressive toward you in the chat or something. So we talked about this, and I'm super surprised because there are people in the chat more like asking how to join you.
Hey, if people want to join me, I've got requirements from my alliance. I don't just accept people. Like, there's one thing you need to know. I don't just accept randoms. If I'm going to accept players, they have to fulfill certain roles in my alliance, which is minimum 1,000 tiles cleaned a season, you know, active for Oblivion, active for events, and, you know, they can trash talk or whatever they want to do. They can be quiet, whatever. I don't care. But as long as Eden, we're heavily based Eden lines. That's how I'll put it. We love Eden, and that's why I play the game. I love Eden. Like, Eden is my favorite game play in the game because, you know, tile fighting and all that sort of stuff. You know, all the factions talking shit with each other. It's fun. If people want to join, just message my main base, and you know, I can talk to you guys because I usually respond to my mails. But you know, it is what it is. Like,
okay, so state 539. State 539.
The biggest base there. I'm not president this week, obviously, because I lost it to BXM. They clapped with Con's base. Con's way stronger than me, but I'm still a decent base. But, you know, that dude spends a lot. I can't keep up with that shit.
I tried to confide, but I was so sleepy. I wasn't even understanding the message I was getting. Con was messaging me online, and I couldn't understand. I was like, what if I mess up the APC? I was just too sleepy. I was afraid to come and hit you with C2.
I try to get you online. That's weird because they had it. Like, we weren't even trying. Like, I said to my guys at the start, I said, don't even bother. Like, save your troops for Eden, save your troops for Oblivion. We're going to lose the LC regardless.
It's because I play mass base.
Yeah, I kind of heard that.
So you maybe saw that mass base was not here at the start, so that's why he was messaging me.
Well, you know, there's one thing I really don't like is when people want to bark off weaker bases and say, "Oh, you're weak. You run and hide and all this shit." And I'm like, bro, I literally scored 22 G points that KE and I was hitting people. So I don't see how I was running or hiding. Like, I will fight. Like, but I'm not gonna fucking throw my troops at an LC battle that's pointless. I hit Con once just for shits and gigs. Didn't go well, but you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna test waters, obviously, but I just don't like when farms want to talk shit and they don't back their mouths. Like, I will talk shit and back my mouth. If I'm going to talk shit to someone, I will back my mouth up with my lines. You know, that's how it is in Eden as well. They want to run their mouths. Oh, you're a rogue, farm killer, all this shit. And I'm like, bro, run along with you. Just run along. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense why people talk shit of such weak bases.
I want to come back to something you said. So it's different topic, but we talk about the alliance and we see that your alliance is very loyal. Obviously, we see them in the chat right now talking and supporting you. We see people are interested to join you. And you said you have some people who are with you gaming for like over 10 years in different games and all that. So I'm curious about one thing. Have you ever met people from Last Shelter in real life?
No.
And is that something that you would want to do, or you really want to keep it online?
I wouldn't mind it. Like, there's been a few people that I want to meet, like 100%. But like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking fly halfway across the world to meet people. That's crazy. If they come to Australia, I got some Australian mates in my alliance as well. Like, they live not far away. You know, if they want to visit, they visit. It is what it is. I'm not gonna push it on people. But yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting some people.
Yeah, it's just that you are in a remote place for most people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Flights from Australia is pretty damn expensive, you know. Even
I tried once. It's expensive.
Even where I live in Australia, like flying to like another states, like it's ridiculous.
Oh, even for Australian, flying in Australia is expensive. Oh. There is another thing. We talked about it in line before, and I think we should talk about it for a second here. Like, when we talked, someone was saying OZMA is scamming people, but someone was impersonating you in scamming people. And can you talk to us about that? And by the way, I've confirmed with Charlie and other verified people that someone was impersonating OZMA. So it's confirmed by many people, this is sure, but now he can tell us the story.
So, as people well know me in the game, I'm pretty infamous. Like the name, just all that shit, right? So I've got a fan club. I don't know who these people are. People in their states, they will use my name to rogue their states, and then I'll get messages from people. Are you roguing this state? And I'm like, no. I'm not. If I'm gonna rogue a state, I'll make it clear. I don't talk like a baboon, obviously, like the way, like when people try to impersonate me, they can't do it. It's funny as like, oh hell, Mr. God, Ozma, all this bullshit. I'm like, bro, I don't even say that. I say I am God. I'll just piss on people when I'm spamming. And if I'm spamming, you'll know if I'm spamming because I'll put up 2 chatbots. I literally have farms that I'll log, and I'll put on auto spam for like however long until it gets muted. That's what I'll do. I'll auto spam the chat. But people impersonating me, I've had a lot of people using my name and like trying to defame me and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But when it comes to like stealing bases, this is another topic I want to talk about.
Yes.
I have never stolen base. I have morals in this game, and one thing is not to not fuck with people's accounts, to not steal, and obviously I would never do that because I've had access to a lot of people's accounts in this game, especially in my alliance. I've had people come and go in my alliance, you know. I've had falling out with people in my alliance, and I still had their logs. And what I'll do is I'll just delete it off my list and be like, okay, go on your merry way. You know, you've served your purpose. I've got nothing to do with your account anymore, and I'll just delete it off my list. I would never, you know, that's just not who I am as a person. It's to steal people's hard work, is to fuck with people's accounts. You know, you could delete people's heroes, all that sort of shit. That's like petty shit to me, and that no.
You keep game to game.
Because last season there was an incident where someone was straight up accusing me that I stole a base. I'm like, who the fuck are you? I didn't touch your base. I don't even know this person. I knew who the owner was of the account, but doesn't mean I had access to it. I didn't even know what happened with this account because they tried saying, because what the person did was put my name on and was saying, I'm OZMA, this and that. And I said to everyone, I said, listen, I am not a fucking thief. I am not going to steal someone's base. This isn't me. And people were messaging me, oh, thief, and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, come like a week later, they found out some Russian dude that stole the base. And I'm like, okay, so what are you going to say now? You can't just accuse people without solid proof. Where's your proof?
I see someone in the chat saying, I'm OZMA, this guy is a fake.
Yeah, keep dreaming. No one can ever be me. I'm unique in this game.
Yeah, kinda. See if we can agree on that.
Well, if he is OZMA, tell him to talk of OZMA right now and post a screenshot in the alliance chat. Can't do it. So if you want to know who I am, I'm the main R5 of XHU. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question again.
Yeah, that's fine. Shoot as many questions as you want. I've got time.
So we saw you won't get your alliance fighting if it's just to lose troops, and that's it. So that kind of fight you won't take it. You will take fight where you can have fun. You said when there are many alliances, for instance. So when there are many enemies, but also I hear you kinda take fights where you're gonna win. Are you fighting alliances that are stronger than you in Eden?
Every damn time. We always fight alliances stronger than us.
Okay. Damn. So that answers something.
Like, no, we do. There's alliances that are like 80 Gs, 90 Gs. There's guilds that are like over 100 Gs, and we slap the shit out of them. But the thing is, there's probably one power player in their alliance or whatever. How I say it, we're not a main alliance when it comes to like super maps and all that sort of stuff. We are a second guild. We will fight the second guilds, third guilds, and all that sort of stuff. We won't engage with the first guild unless it's absolutely necessary. And with that being said, if I know we're going to walk into a death trap, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I'm going to find alternatives. I'll always find alternatives in the game because I'll trash talk and people will come after us. They do it all the time.
So when you are fighting strong opponents, do you have some advice for people in the chat about which kind of APC you like to use, how you choose which APC for which situation, favorite formation?
All right, so I'm always obviously up to date with APCs. So the max APC right now would be the Skull APC. Everyone prefers using the Negan APC. I don't like it because it's cars, whatever. And I feel like using the Skull APC with Speedstar and Death Chick or whatever her name is, Kelly or whatever her name is.
Deathborn.
They're shooters. They're all shooters, so they counter against cars. The majority of the time you win. It really depends on how people have their base set up to cars. Like, obviously, you're going to get clapped by someone that's like 200% more might, like with a car APC or whatever, but you can still do a lot of damage. In fighting, I always use my main APC. If you have like 4 decent main APCs, good, use them, whatever. But majority of the time, I'll use the Shitter APC and the Negan APC to fight. And I'll run my main APC till there's no durability, and then I'll switch it till there's no durability, and then I'll switch it till there's no durability, and then I'll switch it till there's no durability. That's how I play it. Like, it's just a one APC sort of thing. Because I only got a T2 Bane Blade, and the rest of my Banes are just like level 60 and whatever, you know, like that's how I do it. I like using one APC.
And that's a mistake many players do, is sending all 4 APC, and they try to have 4 best APCs they can do with their heroes, but then they end up fighting with APCs that will constantly lose, instead of fighting with their best APC and making the best kill-dead ratio they could. So fighting only with the first APC is the way, even when you are a big base.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, if I know I'm going to go up against, like, you know, for example, BXM, what I did was I just played with my main APC. I turned every other APC off, and then I'll go around having that one clicked on. If it's in my base, it's in my base. If it's not in my base, I get hit, I lose nothing. But if, let's just say I had all my APCs checked and I got hit by, you know, Convict, I would have gone friggin' smashed, like over 20 plus million power loss, all this fallen damage, all this stuff. But when it comes to like being smart playing in the game, you want to uncheck your garrisons. If you don't want to lose troops, uncheck your garrisons, people.
Yes.
Like, there's still so many people here that don't know how to play the game, and they've been playing for years. And everyone that joins my alliance or guild, I tell them, okay, we're fighting this guild. They got stronger players. Obviously, turn your garrisons off before we engage with them, because they're obviously going to come run through us. But barely we ever slip up when it comes to people coming for us, because I always try to find like a safe zone or something, or hide behind a gate, you know, in case of emergencies like that. So you just got to be smart when it comes to playing this game.
In Eden, it's not a big deal because you are getting your troops back. But now in Clash of Zones, in fighting for LC battle, like you are describing, if you lose troops, it can be months of troops day to rebuild the troops. It can be money, it can be millions of diamonds. And in Dawn also, it's kind of same. Like you lose morale when you lose troops. So if your APCs are checked and you lose more troops, so you can lose like a third of your morale bar when you get burned, when you lose just a little if you have one APC and you burn.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just basic knowledge really, and people just, I don't know. But when it comes to Eden as well, I don't play to win, just to be frank. I don't care about rewards. The only rewards I care about
I understood that. I understood you don't play to win Eden, but just for more fun, more kills, no deals.
Yeah. So if let's just say we're in Eden and everyone wants to on a farm, I'd be like, fuck that shit. Let's go bang on with them. They can surrender, whatever. I don't care, and I'm gonna come after you regardless. I don't care if there's a deal for a map like they sorted the map out. I'll fight my own faction for the fun of it. I will go after the enemy faction, whatever. Like I'll find a way because there's been cases where our faction tried making deals with the other faction. I said, don't do that because if you do that, we'll come after you and we'll come after the enemy faction. So what they do is they'll make little side deals and then like 3/4 in the season, they'll turn on us and make us the victims in the game. I'll say, hey, we're just playing the game. You just want to on a farm, go sit in the corner and go hit your little tiles while we fight. And and that's what I do. I don't want to play a game where I spend what is it like minimum $500 a season on seasonal tech. Like now they've opened this second shit. There's like it's like a minimum $500 to max it out. What a waste of money.
Yes.
I'd rather utilize it all to the fullest. And so would a lot of other people. Like, imagine spending $500 in a season just to sit on a farm. Like, who does that?
Yeah, by the way, about spending, it's something super interesting because people don't talk about what kind of pack they buy, and then we have many players buying stupid shit, like buying skins when they don't build their base or stuff like that. Do you have some advice? Like, what kind of pack would you always buy?
Well, I used to be a heavy spender back in the day. Now I've pretty much stopped spending. I
Okay.
play Sin's base. The base isn't mine entirely. I just pilot it and I run it. Basically, Sin's the one that spends on it. So
Okay.
I pretty much just tell him, oh, okay, because when new releases come, I suss it out. Like I look at the stats, I look at it if it's worth it, value for buck, pretty much. And when it comes to like commodities as well, you got to stack up on your commodities. If you don't stack up on your commodities, it's just you're pissing away money, and you don't want to do that. So let's just say you spend minimum $200 a week. You would just pen it out to like, you make 20K diamonds a day. Wait till the next event till the next day. Accumulate all the free stuff from like accommodations, or you can just wait till Friday and do the alliance commodities. And weekends have the best deals. And how I put it, I'm really good when it comes to stats. Like I just know this stuff because I played a lot of role playing games. It's basic knowledge to me, and it's like this is why I build majority of my people's accounts in my alliance because I just know what I'm doing off by heart. It's hard to explain, but when you like for example that new tech they released last season,
Yes.
the last two techs, they have a lot of stats in it, and you want to buff your main APC as much as possible. So you find out, okay, this gives such and such. I might run that up more. Yes, they techs, all that sort of stuff. But when there's new releases, like what did they release? That new mech. That's not worth investing in until you do the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because normally what people do, they see a new release, they're like, oh, look, there's a new release. I'm going to, dump all this money
Yes.
on that. And then what? They could have dumped all that money on that tech and gained twice as much benefits. You know what I'm saying? But
And
perhaps,
this Make APC, yeah. The Make is a good example because it only works for mixed APC, right?
Yeah. I like using mixed APCs. They're my favorite APCs to use, but since, it's all been just straightforward shooters, cars or fighters or whatever lately, you just adapt to what's best for like a couple of seasons, and then you reevaluate what sort of APCs there are now, and you work off that. That's how I do it. Especially when it comes to reconstructions. Reconstructions are very important in this game for heroes.
Yes. I have to reconstruct the last shooter hero. I haven't done that yet.
I love doing reconstructions.
Have you got the two new heroes yet? Grim
Yeah,
Fortress?
I've already maxed them. Already did the recons. Well, what I did on the first one, I think she was a fighter, right? The chick one, I put
Yeah.
what was it? HP and enhanced counter attack, and then this new hero, he's just a damage dealer, so I just put might, and then I had what was it? Oh yeah, I got a gold 4 Viger, which is like 75% might. So I said whatever, I'll take that. And I
Okay.
did that on a 1K roll. So yeah.
1K polymer crystals. That's so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I got
that's
3
lucky.
golds and 1 purple.
That's kind of
Yeah.
crazy lucky. I I have a question. You said earlier, you said you played many role-play games. So what are the games that you like apart from Last Shelter? Are you playing other games, or Last Shelter is taking all of your time?
Well, I used to play when I was younger consoles, and that would be like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PS3. And the only games I'd play would be role playing games like Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. I played Pokemon on Game Boy. You know, Pokemon has stats and all that sort of stuff in
Yeah, yeah.
After when mobile gaming came, that's when, you know, like iPhones were first released. I was playing a game called Original Gangsters, and that was the stat game, which was, you know, with stats, KDRs, kill death ratios, all that sort of stuff. And funny it is, right? XHU came from that game, so I've been running XHU name in all the games I've been playing
In different
for
games.
15 plus years. Yeah. So XHU is just my tag, sort of thing. So I've been repping that name for forever.
Okay, that's
But yeah,
funny.
Game of War was the first game based like Last Shelter, but that was the original, the first one that ever came out. So when I came to Last Shelter with my alliance after we quit Game of War, because I quit Game of War 6 years in because they were getting greedy. It was like you had to spend $500 a week to max your base. And I was always like semi-max, you know, I was always with the game. That was what Satesi was playing. And, you know, people were always dumping like that. It was just getting retarded with all the drops. They were dropping every damn day. Every day there was like a new thing that was coming out. And I said to myself, I'm done with this shit because this is just retarded. Because I've spent a lot on that game, and just to be irrelevant the next week, you're just like, what's the point of playing this game? So I came to Last Shout of my alliance, and it was like the same concept, but then the heroes is what got me. It was like when I first played the game, I was like, oh, power, because the higher power you had in Game of War, games like that, the stronger you are, right? I pumped my power, spent on power and whatnot, because obviously I was a noob. And then I got clapped by someone that had gold heroes, and I was like, "What the hell is this shit? I'm higher power." And then it was a Korean alliance, and then, you know, I asked them like, "What's going on?" And then, you know, I learned through the heroes were important. They were the main factor in this game. I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." And then yeah, but yeah, I've been playing this game for 7 years now. Last Shelter.
So all these heroes countering other heroes, even if the base is weaker, is what gets you, because you have to think to win and not only spend. But now most players say that devs are getting too greedy. Do you feel that, or are you still fine?
The devs are scums. I'm sorry, but they need to ease up on the community, because I don't like the community. I've always said I never liked the LSS community, but what they're doing right now is it's also favoritism to Chinese players as well. I've heard, they're not rumors, it's all true. They favor Chinese players over normal Western players. All them bases, they'll spend like $20 and get like over $100 worth of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's rumors, so people based on some few example, but for real, look, you got your perfect reconstruction with 1000 polymer crystal. I would say they favored you a lot with this Grim Fortress guy.
Well, it really depends. Like there's days where I had 4K crystals in a row, I wouldn't even get the certain attribute I want. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
just I don't like luck based and gamble. Skin packs as
Yeah.
well is a waste of money. I used to be a skin buyer back on my old bases. I've been through 4 main bases. Okay, on
Mm-hmm.
my original base, which was you know I used to buy those skin packs, and I remember they should like drop it immediately after like $200. You can't spend $1,000 and not get a skin that's desired. I mean,
Yeah.
at least $200. Like you're
Gambling
spending your money on
features
pointless stuff.
and gambling features in mobile games are actually banned in many countries, and
Yeah.
La Shelter is just finding the workaround to make a gambling-based game work in all countries. Well, it's
Well,
something that is a workaround against this banning gambling games.
well, yeah. Like I said, this luck-based crap. It's just RNG. I don't know how the RNG works in this game, but all I know is they do favor Chinese players, and I'm not racist against the Chinese. There's certain Chinese I love in this game, but I know they favor the Chinese players, and even Chinese players, they get lower rates, foreign exchanges, all that sort of stuff. I don't know how they do it. I think they
Yeah.
encourage it or
Uh,
whatever. I don't know, but
so
I know it's there.
I think it's on WeChat. So WeChat is an application, a chat application for the chat. People who don't know it, WeChat is a chat application that to subscribe in, you have to be validated by someone who is already in WeChat or someone who is in China. And devs used to give all information about the game only in WeChat, way before we would get it for people who are
Hmm.
not speaking Chinese. So we would rely on
Well,
Chinese friends who would give the information. Now they give it at the same time in Discord, but there are still like shops and stuff on WeChat where you can buy certain things for the game, and that you can't access anywhere else than WeChat. So because WeChat is so hard to get in, it gets limited to people who are in China or have been validated by Chinese players.
yes, there was. I think it was like 2 years ago where I got a message from in-game support randomly, and they messaged alliance leaders. I think it was to get WeChat, and they encouraged
Yes.
us to get WeChat alliance leaders only, and they would give us news and giveaways on the WeChat to the alliance leaders. So I'm like, okay, why wouldn't they do that for all the players? Like, why just pump up the alliance leaders when everyone deserves equality in this game as well, not just alliance leaders. I know alliance leaders. I, being an alliance leader, do a lot of work. It's like a job, and but all most majority of alliance have free to play players. They should be benefiting more of free to play stuff, whatever gun content as well, just as much as we should. So I don't know what was up with that.
Yeah, exactly. They have this special chat for the R5, and even for me as a YouTuber, they encourage me to have R5 guests rather than others. And I see what you mean. Like, it's kind of like a job. It's nice that they acknowledge that being a leader is putting a lot of work in the game, but why not acknowledging the players too? Because it's not only the leaders putting lots of time and building the community. So, yeah. Okay. That was a message for Last Shelter. I hope they watch the stream. Maybe they will. I will send them the link anyway. I think they already shared the link, even if they didn't want, because my YouTube is linked to the Discord channel.
Well, funny
Yeah.
that, right? I have my own YouTube channel and I don't even promote it anymore.
But
I used to do kill events and all that sort of stuff, and I don't even do it anymore because I don't know. I have like kind of lost passion for this game in the last 3 months with all this new stuff they're dropping. Like I always say this, but like to me, it's just like it's they need to ease up. Like if the devs watch this, or you know, players should complain. Like dropping all this new releases, you're making medium spenders low spender players now, and it's they're just favoring the high whales because they know
Mm-hmm.
the big players will drop twice as much to max their base compared to like a medium spender. So there's a big gap right now in this game where medium players are farms, are literal farms to a player with max stats, and
Mm-hmm.
that's sad because it used to be so equal back in the day. Like I don't know if you were around when 83
Yeah.
FFFFN was FXP was killing shit with bases and whatnot. Everyone was like on an equal level back then. Even medium spenders could do damage, but
Yes.
now, like even the base I have with T2 is a farm to like convict, and I'm just like, whoa, this base has had over $1 million spent on it. I shit you not, $1 million spent on that
Mm-hmm.
base, and it's a farm
Probably.
to someone. It's like, what the hell?
Um, there is someone in the chat giving us like a good tip for having advantage. So Carlos on Twitch says, I pretended to be R5 and then I had a dev for myself in WeChat called April. She was good. So you can actually pretend to be R5 to get this R5 chat. So tips for everyone out there. Pretend to be R5 and then you get bonus in WeChat.
Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, nah. But if you got any more questions, I'm happy to answer. So
I don't see
shoot 'em on.
questions in the chat. I don't. Do you see something else that we didn't cover? I think we talked about a lot now. A question about your YouTube channel. You used to stream Killing Event, and obviously Killing Event now sucks. There are deals everywhere, or it's unbalanced, so it's not as fun as before. But what about the Dawn mission? Could you stream or record your Dawn mission?
Dawn mission has become a drag as well because too many people want to trade points. Not many people have the push to fight anymore. Like our Dawn mission event, we had alliances that were like were pretty strong. They were decent, but no one even wanted to fight. Like they could have taken down my moral and would have, I sat there for like there was like I think it was like 7 alliances over 50G, and they were barely doing anything. So to me, recording stuff like that's pointless. And the only way you can get good action is when someone asks you, they have a pretty decent populated state. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll do an LC deal with you. It's like, no, I don't want an LC deal. We'll fight. And then if I like their fighting, I usually will give them their LC if they fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be an arsehole straight away. If it's someone I don't like, I'm gonna take their LC. If there's one person in their state I don't like and I know we can beat them, I'm gonna take their LC regardless. But when it comes to like people I've never fought before and whatnot, I usually make an LC deal only, like just an LC. Mud hits available. You're allowed to hit mud. You're allowed to hit trade zones. No trade zones. That's it. And if you see people trading, we hit them on the spot because we just don't care. I think trade zones are bullshit, and they like what happened back in the day. I started in state 132. That was my first state. Okay, represent that shit. But they kicked me out of that state because I think they locked it or they deleted it. And back then in those days, Ks was so fun. Like we would plan for like halfway during the week, like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll take this gun and then we'll coordinate on the LC and then we'll burn people, we'll hide and all that sort of stuff. Like it was fun. Like you had drive to play the game. But now it's like, oh, we'll make a trade zone and we'll just sit there and we'll hit the gatherers and all that sort of stuff. And then when people have like trades that like they fight us in KE, usually they're so used to trade zones, they'll still do trade zones and they'll get hit and they'll be like, why is XHU hitting a trade zone? I'd be like, I told your president we're not doing trade zones, like period. So don't cry.
Yeah, we talked about like obviously we both play the game very very differently. Like I would never consider going rogue, and I'm like invited in diplomacy chats sometimes and all that, and that's not the kind of game you play. But I don't do trade zone either because it's so fucking boring. It's not why I play. And someone in the chat says trade kill should be banned from LSS, and I agree with that. So we talk about this, like, if you really want to trade, why do you gather and take so much time? And this is so boring, and you have to stay online for hours to trade kills because everyone is trying to use their strongest APC. While you could just put your ego aside and you spam wrong troop with APC on someone APC. It takes 2 minutes to get 9 boxes and then you're done, and people wouldn't dislike trade zone as much. But instead, people want to win and have a good kill on dead ratio. If you want to do that, just fight. Don't go in trade zone. If you want a good kill dead ratio to show that you are a fighter, actually fight.
Well, the best way to get a kill death ratio, which is pretty funny because in Eden, your kill death ratio doesn't get affected whatsoever. The only thing that climbs is your kills. So they don't count, your troop losses and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
The only time they count your troop losses is KEs, and I don't think Dawn, but Oblivion also. I personally don't like Oblivion. I reckon it's the most trash event they had.
No.
I like that Blitz game they had. That Blitz.
Oh, that was super fun.
That was fun.
Especially play with people from different states. That was amazing. Yeah. Oblivion, we reach a point where there is one good strategy, and either you apply the winning strategy, either you lose. And the loser is the one that will be distracted at the wrong time. The winner is the one with a slight advantage in strength. So that's the issue with Oblivion. Blitz versus was really fun.
Also, there's a lot of unfair matchups that have been going on lately, especially with Eden, especially with Oblivions and stuff. They'll put you against dead alliances. Like, come on. I know there's a lot of alliances in this game that are decent, but they'll still put them against dead alliances to boost moral, I guess. To be like, oh, yeah, you won something. What is that? Like, I don't understand why they do that. Like, I message the devs every season. I say this was an unfair match, which it was, because it was like a max base fighting, pretty much like 3 max bases on a map, fighting people that are nowhere near their level. And I say, why would you do that? Like, that makes no sense. And you had them on the same side. Like, how's that fair? Like, the devs don't want to listen to proper matchups and all that sort of stuff. They base it off. I don't know how they base it off, but the way the matchmaking is, they need to fix that, because quite frankly, a lot of people are falling on, there's super alliances out there that will clap anything, right? And why don't put you want to be in a super alliance? Fight super alliances. Don't put 40G, 60G alliances on a map with the super alliances. What are we, food to these super alliances? We're this irrelevant. We're basically irrelevant. The only thing that we can do is shield wall, and I'll never shield wall. I don't like walling. When it comes to Eden, I will wall unless it's absolutely necessary. Like last season, when we fought that entire faction for friggin' 7 days, this one guild was just shield walling. I don't like shield walls. I think they should remove shield walls from Eden, or bring back the destroyer missile to use against shield wars. Like something like that, because shield wars is killing the game as well. And I personally hate shield wars. I hate that crap.
And it gets the leaders who are taking care of the shield walls, they are burning out, but those people, the leaders, are the ones that are also so motivated that they will get other players motivated. And if you are burning them out with shield wall, that's obviously not good for the community, for the game, and all that. And by the way, what shield wall? I saw a question in the chat. It's not exactly about shield wall, but obviously shield wall take a lot of discipline in checking the time. I'm super bad at this. I don't shield wall because I would miss the time I have to shield. But someone is asking, and that's okay if you don't want to answer, but the question is what kind of work you do to have time for being flexible time for LSS. What kind of work you do in real life, if that's okay to answer.
I don't really like saying stuff about my personal life, only to close people in the game, but I'll just say I just work at the hospital and my job's pretty fucking easy. Like I just I do my job fast and I have a lot of time.
So you can work, you can play at work.
Oh yeah, I was playing for 18 plus hours a day at one point. Like that's how committed I was, and now I have other priorities that I've put on now, and I barely log on as it is. Like I would have made last Oblivion if I was playing like I was playing. Like, but lately priorities first. So now I just play like while I'm
Parties
at work.
first.
I don't play when I'm at home. Like even doing this, like I shouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't be on my phone at all. So yeah.
So I appreciate that you take the time to come here, by the way. Someone is asking how to get the same fame as you, Ozma. I think we kind of covered.
No. It's taken me. It's taken me nearly. When I first played this game, I wanted to be reputable, like as in I want my name to be well known. I made that as a vow. As soon as I played this game, I said I'm going to be the biggest piece of shit player in this game with the biggest piece of shit alliance that people hate and be an underdog. And years after years, I'll come up with like crazy shit, like saying I'm God. Like I'd spam I'm God OZMA, bow to me, kiss my feet, you peasants, all this sort of stuff, like trash talking to the absolute max. Where there was it came to a point where people were getting so offended that like I'd say bum, I'd say shit, just something mini that's like not even offensive, and I'll get banned. And the longest I've been banned in the game was I think it was like 132 days on my main base, and you know. Being an R5, you need that, main base to get people driven. And yeah, no, it's hard. You can't just do it overnight. It takes years. And I've been in a lot of chats where, I've abused people. I'm not going to lie. I'm no saint in this game. I've abused people in chats. I abuse people because people abuse me. And if people want to abuse me, they want to give me mouth, I'll give them mouth back twice as bad. And that's just how I've always been.
So I see that you have this want and abilities to lead an alliance, and at the same time you are going to say things that no any other leader would say, and that's more like the people you expect to quit, but no, you are saying all the things no one would say, while wanting and having an alliance that is actually decent in Eden and events. So all the people who think that will only feel part of it in your alliance, because no other alliance will offer this space to talk like that. Something like that.
I feel sorry for those players in these alliances where you got to be nice and generous in the chat. You got to follow our rules. You got to don't hit
get out of Stone Chat.
Yeah, and then when people say when people are talking shit to me, and then the leader jumps in the chat and says get out of zone chat, I'd be like, yeah, wear your leash, you little dog. Go back to your alliance. That's how bad I am when it comes to shit talking. And then it would just piss people off. I love it. It's a hobby for me.
I'm a very innocent and nice player and all that, but the first state I played, I quit it because of this zone chat rule. So we had like a dark state chat where we would talk trash all day online, because in our state the rules was not to have any controversial talk on zone chat. So I quit that state and I start in a new state, which is my base now. Where this state I started with making 5 alliances with friends, so we could have different atmosphere alliance. One was just about party and drunk time. One was about let's get the best statistic. One was about let's get the highest power. And then we merged the alliances when we were strong enough to dominate the state and not have this no one in the chat ever again. That was my motivation to play. So I can relate.
What I try to strive for is to let people unwind. It's a game. Do whatever the fuck you want to do on the game. play how you want to play, but just follow the medium rules that are set. Like, obviously all lines have specific rules, but mine are pretty. You know how they're basic. It's just easy, but like banning people from talking on chats, telling people how to play in the sense where it's like, you know, don't hit the trade zone, don't hit bases and all that. That doesn't fly by me. I don't like that sort of stuff. That's like dictatorship to me. You know, telling people, you know, like I don't care how my people want to talk or they want to play when it comes to like Ks, do whatever you want to do. But like if I say, oh, you know, obviously I'm going to be like, oh, we need to win this event. Let's try to win it. You know, my players will listen, but I feel like when people are telling others how to interact with other people, or you know, especially top guilds. One thing I hate in Eden's, especially if it's in my own faction, is if the top guild is barking at me in you like like the diplomacy chat, all that sort of stuff. I tell them to go fuck themselves. I'd be like, I'm not listening to you. You don't tell me how to play. You don't tell me how to plan because I've been an Eden leader multiple times. I know what I'm doing. So don't tell me what to do. You go one way, I go another way, and that's normally when the conflict would start because they'll start having trust issues. And when I tell them I'm not going to provoke the faction, they will initially think we're trying to overtake them in points and whatnot, which is not my. I don't care about points. Like I told you, I'm settled for second place. You do your thing, we do our thing. And what I'm trying to do is get buildings that, you know, normally get hit a lot and whatever. So that's how you make kills.
So
So, yeah.
I think I can see how all this talk we have an action that we could take. So the goal of all that is always having fast-paced action with skills that the game is not offering us easily when people make deal and all that. And we talked quickly about Blitz versus. By the way, someone was asking in the chat, what is Blitz versus? So Blitz versus was an event they had only for a few days, like maybe 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago. So it's kind of like an Oblivion, but 3 base versus 3 base. And you can have random people joining your team, or you can team up with people from any state that are your friends. So that was 3 base versus 3 base, super fast paced, and you could have multiple battles within 1 hour, in some hour on the day. So it was fun, fast paced, lots of kills, all that. And I think that's the kind of event that we would want to see back because there is no possible deal. And there is action. So maybe we could ask everyone in the chat to message the dev to bring Blitz versus back. Maybe if we have Blitz versus all day, OZMA wouldn't need to trash talk.
No, I've actually calmed down on my trash talking a lot lately because, you know, I don't know, like I love trash talking, but like I've stopped my spamming and all that sort of stuff. So I guess people just got over it. I don't know. But yeah, nah, I just don't like how people are sheep in this game. They will bend to a super alliance, and I usually contest against super alliances. I don't like being told what to do, and a lot of alliances should have that mindset, not being told what to do. They should, you know, play obviously strategically, whatever, but when it comes to like telling people that know what they're doing, what to do, be shield wars, like, bro, I'm not going to shield war for a main guild. No way. Because there's been a lot of Eden events where my alliance has personally been screwed over, and that's where the hate I have for the community comes from. Because there's a lot of like controversial rumors, obviously, that we're rogues, and people just view us like we're trash. And I'm like, okay, we're trash. Let's bang on the field when we go and fight. And then we fight them, and then they still just want to run their mouth. And I'm like, okay, we literally smashed your alliance. Why are you still talking? Like bragging rights sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Like there's a lot of people need to chill out when it comes to like barking in this game, like bite what you can chew
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. And when obviously when I talk shit, I can back my mouth up because I know my alliance will fight. I know I'll fight. So have at it,
Mm-hmm.
That's just the fun. The fun in this game is fighting, and that's the only reason why I play this game. I'm not going to play
Yeah.
this game to farm. I'm not going to play this game for rewards. I don't play for rewards. Like, who wants
Yeah.
to play for rewards? Yeah, rewards are good. They're just additional perks to the
Mm.
game. So,
And rewards are no point if you are not using them to fight after. Mm.
oh, most of the rewards in this game the devs give are just they're shit. Like, think about it. You get 6xx tickets, right? And you get one, exchange for one token for if you want to choose one hero. You use a
Mm-hmm.
6xx ticket, you get dupes all the time. Or,
Mm-hmm.
it's, I don't know, the devs have made it to the point where it's like they need to do something to it. The game is losing players. I know they keep releasing new
Yes.
states. It's what's keeping revenue and the big
Uh-huh.
players. But us older players, they've been playing for like 7, 6 years. It gets tiring after a while. They need to implement new, like events. Like
Blitz versus.
I like I, I like factions, like 4 factions, because the rewards in the factions, regardless, even if you lose, basically
Mm-hmm.
in your faction was like second, third, first place, you get
Yes.
decent rewards. And it's not worth one SX ticket to lead an entire map when, you can just earn that from second place. And I'm usually lazy when it comes. When I know there's a super alliance on the map or an alliance stronger, I'll be like, you can have it, dudes. I don't care. Have first place, but we will take second and we'll do our own thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
just how I see it. And people are like, oh, why don't you play to win World Center? I'm like, World Center's boring. Like, it's just the only fun is pretty much the open ring that only 2 guilds can enter World Center. It's not like all the guilds can enter and everyone can go crazy unless they bring in guilds with guild skills. Like, I don't see the point in like ego in this game. Like, I've never been an ego player when it comes to like power or I'm better than you sort of thing. Like, no, I've just been a trash talker. I don't play for ego. I play for fun.
The Deadly Cheese is asking in the chat, how many times did we have the World Center? So your alliance, how many times did you get a World Center?
2 times.
So you still got it. So even with
Yeah.
this playing, you can get World
Yeah.
Center.
Even
That's
even
good.
with my tactics,
Mm-hmm.
even with whoa, 2 times would have been when my alliance was like in the 20 Gs. So it was like smaller maps, but like we had only like 20 people, and we still got the world center. So if you know how you're playing the game, it's achievable even on any map. Like not super maps obviously, but like medium maps and smaller maps. You go in there with like 10 people. You know what you're doing. You lead a good guild. You can achieve that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess that's it for all the questions. Do you see some things that we haven't talked about and that you would address now or add? Maybe a message for your alliance or all people watching?
Um, all right, so I want to give a shout out to Savage J. He's like my right hand guy in my alliance. He's always been there. He's a
He's
cool,
in the
cool
chat,
dude.
yes.
Um, Cheese is cool. I love my alliance. Like, just people as well. Play how you want to play. Like, don't be. It's it's similar to real life with politicians and all that shit. Don't fall victim to like being told how to play. Play the game, enjoy it, and remember at the end of it, it's just a game, guys. And don't get offended. Like, I'm not gonna say don't get offended, but like don't be
Yeah.
snowflakes. Have fun. Banter's good. Don't. Yeah, whatever. I guess. But yeah. What else can we talk about before you log off? I don't know if.
Ah,
I don't know. You're going to do another stream with me eventually down the road. I don't know. I like this sort of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool having you here. I'm super surprised actually about how well it went with the chat and all that. We talked about it.
Oh,
We knew we could expect some craziness and it was fine. I look forward maybe one day being on your map and getting offended myself at you talking.
well, I just want to say one thing though. The rumors about us being rogues is false. We're not rogues. The only reason we'll fight our faction if we have a falling out in our faction. That's obviously it's going to happen in diplomacy chat. I will always give my faction a chance. Always. I'm never going to go into the faction and say, "All right, I'm going to burn all yous right now. If you don't, I don't like you. I don't like you." I'll be like, "Okay, we want second place. If you can't follow that, we will fight you." Simple as that. That's just how I do it.
That's very
So yeah.
clear and an important
But
message.
people are too pussies in this game. They're too gutless. They'll agree to it, right? And then 3 quarters into Eden, they'll turn on us because they know we fought for the faction. We've lost all our T10s, T11s, or whatever, and then they will. What I usually watch is when people play and they're not fighting and they conserve their troops, and then that's when I know something shady's going on. They're not fighting where they're meant to be fighting, and then it'll click, and I'll be like, okay, I know what they're planning. They're planning on trying to screw us over because I've been screwed over so many times in this game. I don't trust people. I don't. The only people I trust is my alliance members.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I'm all for fair game, whatever. You want to win the faction, let's win, but don't screw us over. And we
Yeah.
did.
Not a
Yeah.
rogue, just
Well,
playing the game.
yeah. Well, but when it comes to roguing, I will rogue your state if you talk shit. I will. I'll send. I've done it before,
Okay,
lots of
I'm
times.
taking
I have
note of
done.
that.
No, well, I barely get upset in the game. So when I say I'm going to send a base to your state, whatever, I'm usually just talking shit. But like, if someone gets real personal, I will send something. So yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna end the stream soon. So, thank you so much, Ozma, for coming here, for the chat, for all that. I appreciate a lot that you took the time. And I appreciate also all the chat participation. We will end the call and I will do giveaway for 2 codes of $10 because we reached over almost 30 people simultaneously in live stream. So I will roll for two codes. So Ozma, when we hang up, you can also come in the chat of the live stream and you type a hashtag. Any hashtag people want, they join the giveaway. Just type hashtag and be creative and funny.
Okay, thanks for having me as well, and best of luck in the game, and have fun.
Yeah, see you soon. Bye.
All right, see ya.
And that was it. So yeah, truly, I was a bit worried, and I appreciate a lot that you all behaved so well today. I don't get the remorse. I've never been on OZMA's map. I've heard lots of rumors about trash talking, and now everyone is behaving. I see love message. I see heart flying the chat. Like what? Where? Okay, I won't believe anyone anymore. No, just kidding. Of course, I'm glad to hear that he said he toned down a bit the trash talking, and that's the good news. Where was I? It's so early morning. I still only had one coffee. It's complicated. So type hashtag in the chat to join. I see 12 people join. I will roll it now for a code for 10 cryptocurrency and 3 skin boxes. So let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Roll it. And Alti won the giveaway for the first code. Congratulations, Alti. So Alti, I will take your profile ID to send you the 10 crypto and 3 skin boxes, and we will roll again for a second winner. Can we win on Twitch? Not on Twitch. The bot is only getting the YouTube thing. But we have a second code. So you can get in there in YouTube now. So we can roll for a second code for 10 crypto. And 3 skin boxes. I don't even know what are in the skin boxes. Okay, let me send this to Alti. Alti. Where is my game? I will get the game on the screen. Moving my face out of the way. I was looking at the heroes while talking. So now you know that I was playing while talking. Okay, we look for Alti. No, it must be R3 or something. No. R4? Ah. So you see, to get the ID, we just click on it and it's copied and we can paste it somewhere. So I've lost the chat. Sending now the 10 crypto and 3 skin boxes to Alti, and in the meantime you can all type your game your hashtag in the chat to join the next giveaway. Trying to prove to last shelter that I'm not a bot is always the hardest part. Done. So don't mute. Alti offline. Yeah, maybe, but he's also a moderator and here all the time. So I guess I would gladly kick people who just want codes and are not talking over Alti, who is here most of the time. Hashtag is tired. Hashtag heroes. Hashtag unmute Martin. Hashtag I quit. You quit? Super noob? Nah. No, you already quit, no? Yes, I wait a little for some people to join for the giveaway. So type hashtag, any hashtag you want. Hey, Carlos joining YouTube after being on Twitch to join the giveaway. Yeah, anyway, on game, Monday is boring, right? I want to reconstruct the hero, but I won't reconstruct. I won't reconstruct on Monday. I will wait on Thursday to reconstruct him, so it counts for Clash of Alliance and is actually useful for my alliance. Hashtag rogues not rogues. Yeah. I mean, I can see how sometimes we want, you know, to give up on the diplomacy talk because we don't get along, or sometimes we don't agree and we don't find any way to agree. For me, when I was R5 or diplomat, I would always keep in mind, like, my alliance, they would say they prefer to fight, but truth is some people really want the reward. So I guess maybe I would have done different if in my alliance people wouldn't care about rewards. But I would have never trash talked. Hello, Max. I saw you talking since earlier. I see you say hello, so I say hello back, but I see you from earlier. I really struggled new hero today, maxed it, but my god, got like 6 bucks. Why do you max again on a Monday? On Thursday it counts for your alliance points. OZMA saying, I am God, period. Okay. Mel, my alliance is dead. Oh, move to another alliance. Which alliance would you like to migrate to? So, OZMA, type a hashtag in the chat with anything you want. Like this, or something if you want to join the giveaway. Not gonna lie, it's almost 9 a.m. here. I woke up just for you, YouTube, and Twitch. Hashtag giveaway, yes, that works, but that's not very funny. We saw funnier hashtag earlier. You can do that, Carlos, or you can join my alliance too. Yeah, how many people joined the giveaway now? We are at 16 people. And so let's go for the second code. So second code in 3, 2, 1, roll it. Carlos has won the giveaway. Congratulations, Carlos. Send your profile ID in the chat so I can send you the crypto. See, you did good from coming from Twitch to YouTube quickly, but I appreciate a lot that you go watch the stream on Twitch, because on Twitch, you know, there are all the fun alerts that go on stream that I like a lot. And I play other games on Twitch. Hashtag let's trash talk OZMA. It will happen. I bet this season, unless you decide to do a peaceful season. But yeah. I watched on twice, so I can remember otherwise I forget. You okay. So resub. Okay. So yeah, thank you for your support. Yeah, by the way, it's because you are a channel member, you get double chance in the giveaways. Okay, I'm tapping your profile ID in the giveaway website. Let's see. Now I'm proving the website that I'm not a robot. Always the hardest part. Oh, what is this letter? Is it a letter or a number? Okay, I will try to type a letter. Wasn't the good one. Not sure again. Good. It acknowledged that I'm not a robot. So you will get your crypto and skin boxes directly in your mails in a few minutes, maximum 1 hour. Great stream, thank you. I mean, it's I really enjoy inviting people in live stream, especially, you know, when they can talk. You saw Convict yesterday, OZMA today. Those are people who can talk and can talk to can talk to the viewers without being intimidated or something. So I really enjoy this. And if you have suggestions of people I could invite in live stream, I take the suggestions. I'm talking, I said it so I can say it again. I'm talking with Basha to invite Basha in live stream. And if you have other players, Air5, Air4, Big Base, but also any player. Like if you know a free-to-play player who is very committed and play really well, they can actually teach lots of stuff to viewers. So anyone you think would be the right person to chit chat with, you can suggest me names, because I obviously don't know everyone, and otherwise I will go with people I play with. So like OZMA was suggested to me because I've never been on a map with OZMA and I didn't know him before. Suggest other names and I will be happy to contact them. Hashtag she's speed typer. Yeah, I see that, so cheese. I hope you didn't come only, so cheese and Mr. Air4G3. I hope you didn't come only for OZMA, that you subscribed and will come back in other live stream. You are very welcome. It gives hope there is still passion in LSS. Yeah, I guess people will come in interview, not only OZMA, but Convict yesterday and other people someday. Yeah. When you see, this is an interaction that we can't get much in real life. Like you talk with someone who is also passionate with the game, and then you see, the potential of a discussion about the game. So for me, like one of my best friends in real life plays Last Shelter, and I met her on Last Shelter, and this is the most important I met on Last Shelter so far. So this is a Joy QC I'm talking about. We met in the worst DCDR Eden ever, and we became friends, and now we often meet in real life because she's living like 2 hours away from me, so I go sleep at her place or she comes sleep at my place, and we just talk all night. Even if she stopped playing for a while now, we both are friends in game, and we just get along super well, and we talk about LSS, Tinder and all that, but friendships are super, super important, and she's definitely one of my best friends, if not my best friend. That's an online declaration to Joy. And it's, it's something, game is taking a lot of place in our life, and if we have people we can actually talk with our voice and not just with a keyboard, not just being keyboard warrior, but with our voice about game, this is really fun. So that's why my point was just I enjoy inviting people in live stream, and I want to invite more people. I will invite Basha, and I take all of your suggestions. Who's your leader? Mine? Convict. I invited him in live stream yesterday, so you can check the live stream yesterday. I also cut the stream in chapters, so you can go directly to the parts that interest you. I also watched XYC versus XHU in Oblivion at the beginning of the stream. Then I had Convict over in live stream, not over in real life. Hashtag friendships, yes. Convict super well. The base is shared between Convict and Astarte. So here we can see but the thing is there is justice for Drew, because Drusader was an important player in our alliance and his base got stolen. The whole story is in live stream yesterday, and there is the timestamp in the description of the live stream, so you can go directly to the story of Drusader. It's a 20-minute talk we had about this stolen base, and now many people in BXM have a little word in the name of their base to talk about Drusader, and because we miss him. I sent him a message yesterday and he hasn't answered me, but I guess it hurts, and I don't know how often he still look at line. But yeah, to answer the question, yeah, big base, big base, big whale, really strong. Not fully maxed, because being fully maxed now is nearly impossible, but close to fully maxed. And shared between 2 players, so 2 players are actually spending on the base. That's what helps. Now it's so expensive that even some really big players, they end up, sharing a base with someone. You can see this base, and earlier OZMA was also talking about sharing the base with Sin City. That's why I didn't ask the question. Someone asked in the chat to ask OZMA how much he spent on the base, but he had said the base is shared OZMA and Sin City. So Sin would be a different person, and they share the base, share spending, obviously, like Convict and Astarte. So yeah, anyways, that's it for me today. Over 1 million. The base had over 1 million invested in it. Like all the biggest base, I think it's the biggest base. I would estimate there would be more than 2 million put in the base at this point of the game for a base that is 6-7 years old and was always maxed. But the base switched players, you know, some players quit. So this base was originally Jay's base. So Jay was the biggest base in 3.11. So Jay would be the one person who invested the most, and someone who buy a base that is already made is someone who probably hasn't spent that much, otherwise their own base would be as big. So they hasn't spent as much, and they won't spend as much as Jay was spending on the base. Or maybe their situation changed and they will, I don't know. But that's the point. This base definitely had over 1 million invested in it, but I'm not sure, I can't say this is the kind of money Convict or Astarte would spend on the game. That I don't know. You got the crypto, Carlos? Nice. Tell us if you win the skin. 3 skin boxes is not a lot, so that's a 3% chance to get a skin, but still, you can be lucky. Some have been. I want a prize so I can grow, then watch my stream. So what I try to do is give 1 code of 10 crypto when we reach 10 viewers. So if I don't advertise the stream at all, and I don't care, and I just stream kind of for myself, I don't know, it's possible that it's only 1 code or even 0 code during the stream. But if we have more than 10 viewers on YouTube, it's 1 code, 20 viewers 2 code, 30 viewers 3 codes, etc, etc. I had up to 160 viewers, I think, one time, but otherwise it's less. Yeah, between 10 and 30 would be the average one I say I give codes. If I don't remind that I give codes, there is no one, and it's super easy to win the codes then. Hashtag free sleeps at mine, say OZMA. We can all go party at OZMA's. Perfect. Just don't go if you are sensitive to trash talk. I break through my APC? What do you mean? No skin. Oh no. Sad. Okay, so I will go now because I want to move from my desk. It's so hard to stay sit. So I will go, and I will be back in live stream on Thursday morning, Thursday at 11 a.m. game time. Thursday 11 a.m. game time. I will reconstruct that Grim Fortress hero. Wait, where is he? So reconstructing that dude Thursday 11 a.m. game time, and I will see you there. Until then, please send me if you want that I invite someone specific in a live stream. Thank you so much for being here and being so nice in the chat. I appreciate it a lot. See you soon.